Hello.
Hiya, Georgie. Nah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly shit, where every week we talk about some shit. This week, the shit that I want to talk about is It, Stephen King's It, Chapter 2, that came out a couple weeks ago. I've heard different, people tell me about it, because I didn't see it opening weekend. I actually just saw it, a couple days ago. So, yeah, I didn't see it opening weekend. I saw it the other day, and I have to say, it was funny. It was actually really, really, really good. I give it about an 8 out of 10 first time viewing. I saw it a second time illegally, like a pirate, and it was actually good. Like, the second time I saw it, I got to break it down more and all that stuff, and it was really good. The characters, the way they went, I felt like the older versions of the young kids were completely spot on, especially Bill Hader, the guy who plays Richie, the guy the kid with the glasses. Bill Hader kills it with him acting like a young Richie. They both, you would assume that they're the same person, but everyone did great. James McAvoy, another one, outstanding. And then you have Skarsgård killing it as Pennywise. I feel like he's, to me at least, changed horror. It has changed horror, not completely, but it's hard to explain. But it's like a refresher of how horror is, because we're so used to a time of it's the last exorcism, when it's not the last exorcism. We're gonna get another last exorcism. I am tired of possession movies. I'm so over it. But it is different, because it's not a possession movie. It's not a slasher movie. It's just a fucking monster wanting to eat fucking kids. That's all I want. Every 27 years, I want to eat fucking kids. And it's different because we're so used to, a formula having to be played out. We're used to a formula. For slasher movies, you got your dumb jocks. You got the damsel in distress who probably is gonna get away at the end. Scream set up a formula where now there could be plot twist of who the real killer is. But they're we're so used to that. We have Jason, the Friday movies. We have Nightmare on Elm Street. We have Halloween. We're so used to those type of horror movies. And then you have your possession horror movies, the ghost ones. And it's it's the same shit all over again. It's either they beat the ghost at the end, and then there's a little hint, oh no, evil is still lurking, or evil completely wins, in Paranormal Activity, where it's the fuck where that was going. Anyways, that we're so used to those type of horrors, and it's just I'm over it. That's why I love movies like It, and one of my favorite horrors of all time, also by Stephen King, The Shining. Completely just magnificent filming and writing. But it's Pennywise is it's his origin is kind of complicated. Even me, that I don't know fully of his origin. I know he comes from not even from our world. He comes from an outer world, and I think he was created, or his brother's a turtle god, some weird shit like that. But in this movie universe, we haven't they haven't gone into details. I doubt there's gonna be an It Chapter 3. I think this is it, pun intended. But if this isn't it, if they do a Chapter 3, I'm for sure they're gonna go into the whole history of where Pennywise, his origin, comes from and everything. But as of now, this movie was just crazy, because the way he draws the kids to come back, they've left. This is if you don't care for spoilers, I'm gonna go in. This is the spoiler warning right now. I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna try to give like the ending, but as in like for like the rest of the thing, I'm gonna kind of go in. But I'm not gonna give away the ending. But I am gonna talk a little bit about a little bit of everything in the movie. So like I was saying, but like the way he draws the kids back, like it's little things. It's little things that he sets up, and like it starts off with like a gay couple who gets bullied like by these fucking assholes who obviously they don't like gay people, so they fight them or whatever. They throw the one of the couples, they throw him into the river, and he starts like drowning. And as he's like clawing, asking for help, he sees somebody at a distance, and he's like drowning, and he gets closer to that person to come help him. And as we get to see, that person's eyes start to glow, and then you see it grabs him. Then you see like 1,000 red balloons come down, and then it just fucking eats this dude. But it was cool because then I forgot what with one of the kids, the black kid, the one that Mike, is it Mike? I think it's Mike. I gotta find out, but I think it's Mike. But yeah, he finds he never left the town, so he doesn't leave the town of Derry. So he stays in Derry the whole time, and he contacts like the rest. He contacts the rest of them because they made a promise at the end of the first movie. They all made a promise. We have to come back to each other. Yeah, it's Mike. His name is Mike. Okay, I looked it up. Yeah. So Mike calls everybody. He calls Will. He calls Richie. He calls Bill. He calls Beverly. He calls them all back to come back. But he doesn't really tell them exactly what. He just says, "Look, we made a promise that y'all come back or whatever." They come back, and what's crazy is, like, I don't know if I think that like Pennywise has like a power over the town Derry itself. Like I think his power extends only to Derry. Because it does extend a little out. You kind of see it, but because I feel like he's connected with the kids where he's like alive kind of in them, because when they leave Derry, as you grow older, they forget, like they lost their memory. It's weird. They don't have memories of a bunch of shit they did growing up there. Not just fighting Pennywise, but growing up there. But once they come back, they all meet at some Asian restaurant. They eat and stuff. They talk about all the old times. But it's weird because they just remember those things. They didn't have those memories. And so I feel like now that Pennywise uses Derry to draw them. Oh, let me give you back your memories. Let me give you a reason to stay here. But then Pennywise does some crazy shit while they're eating, and then it gets wild, and then they all just want to be like, all right, fuck this shit, I'm out. Like, there's a part where Richie tells Mike, he's like, Mike, if you would have just told me, been straight up, hey, we're gonna hey, you want to come back to Derry and get murdered? I would have just said no. And it's funny, like, it's true though. It's like Pennywise drew them all back to each other, and they at first realized, like, they all are scared. Of course, I'd be terrified. I'm not fighting a fucking monster that I thought I killed or whatever. Especially since I'm just a human being. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, what do you want me to do to fight them? But anyways, it's just interesting because they all like go off. They're all try to like leave, but then they're all drawn back because at the end of the day they realize, like, look, we gotta gotta do this. But Mike figures out some weird voodoo ritual thing to defeat Pennywise. He shows like to Bill. He shows Bill like this, the way to like do it. Like, he drugs Bill with this weird like remedy thing, and then Bill starts to believe Mike. Bill's like, oh shit, okay, I believe you. Now I know how to do it. And anyways, they go through like this whole trial thing where they have to do different things. Like, they have to go get different items for the ritual. It becomes like an Avengers the time heist part of the movie, but this one's actually pretty interesting because each one of them, like, they split up again to go find an item for like the ritual, to do the ritual. But as they each do it, they all face Pennywise in a weird way. Like, it's not that really they're facing Pennywise. They remember their past. So it's like an extended cut of It One, because in It One, I guess there was parts where they split up. There's a part in It One where Richie and Bill they get into an argument. Bill punches Richie in the face, and the gang splits up. And then a couple of days pass by, and then they get together again, and then the rest of the movie goes on. But those couple of days that pass by in It 1, we don't know what happens. It Chapter 2 shows you what happens in a flashback. It shows you in each character's flashback, what happens when they were split from the gang. Like, for Richie, he got chased. He got chased throughout, like, it was like the town, I think it was. He got chased. Who else got chased? Oh, Ben, the little fat kid. He got chased in the school. Like, he was in the school. He got chased again in the school. It was Eddie was in the drugstore, and Pennywise popped up in the drugstore when he was a kid. It was very interesting to see that, oh shit, like, this dude was on them like white on rice since the get. Even scenes. So there's like scenes that were like in the first movie, or like parts of the first movie, that we don't see Pennywise still terrorizing them 24/7. We think, oh, we only see him terrorize them when he's on screen, but It Chapter 2 also shows us, oh no, even stuff that you didn't see on screen, he was there. Like, oh, you think that the 2 days pass, and then, all right, let's go chill. No, those 2 days that we don't see in the movie, that like it has like a little time jump of like a couple of days or whatever, Pennywise was still there being a dick. And another interesting thing they did with Pennywise is they didn't just focus. Like, Pennywise, yes, he wants the original kids, he wants them, but he also is still like, all right, well, in the meantime, I'm gonna still eat these other motherfuckers who live in Derry. Like, so he eats the guy in the beginning, the gay couple. He eats one of him. There's another scene you see in the trailer. They show a scene with like the little girl. She goes under like the bleachers. So like she's watching like a baseball game, I think, with like her brother or whatever. Her mom is a piece of shit. Just ignores her daughter. It's like, oh, my son's playing baseball. I can't worry about him. So the mother's being a piece of shit. She's like, all right, I have no friends. All right, goes down under. Oh, she sees like a dragonfly flying around. Not a dragonfly. Oh my god, what are those? It's the insect with it's a lightning bug, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's a lightning bug. She sees it flying around. She starts chasing it. It goes into the bleachers, and then Pennywise, you see him grab it, and then his hands go back in the shadows. And then he comes out, he does the hello. And then she's like, oh my, they have like this interaction where he wants to try to be her friend. She's like, nah, my friends don't hide in the shadows and be all scary. And then he starts like fake crying, and she has like this weird, like, strange birthmark on her cheek. And Pennywise convinces her, I'll take it off for you if you be my friend or whatever. Of course, she's like, oh, you can, blah, blah, blah. She gets close enough, gets fucking eaten, and they show it, and it was just awesome. It was awesome. People were like, oh my god, I feel bad. Yeah, I feel bad, but that shit looked so good. Like, that's one thing in horror that I hate when they do that. And I get it's like for the artistic vibe, but when like the killer's about to kill somebody, then it cuts to black, and then it shows a different scene. No, show that person get fucking killed. Show him get eaten. When she got her face bitten, like just complete chomp. That shit was lit. In the first movie, when Georgie got his fucking arm ripped off, I'm like, oh, this kid is 10 getting fucked up. And he was just crawling with one arm on the ground. I don't even know why he didn't just pass out from shock. But that shit was crazy. I love gore. Like, that's why like my second favorite horror is like Evil Dead. The gore in that movie is beautiful. Anyways, that shit was insane. When that happened, when he just bit her face, I'm like, oh my god. Then it cut to black. But at least I got to see it. Anyways, yeah, Pennywise is still doing his thing and like attacking other kids, and it was like, okay, he's not just after them. Like, he wants them because like y'all really pissed me off 27 years ago. So I'm just he's being a Pennywise at this point. He's being a Pennywise because it's like, bro, they left. You could just go for mad kids. Like, this place is filled with kids. Anyways, but yeah, so he gets the little girl, and then later on, there's a little boy that he tries to go after, and that little boy has an interaction with Will, I think twice in the movie, So Will sees that little boy as Georgie, kind of. Will's like, no, I'm not gonna let you take another kid. You could just take me, because that's his biggest fear. His biggest regret was his that it should have been him, not Georgie, because if he would have played with his brother, if he would have went out, then Georgie would still be alive. And that's the part of the movie where they all have to find the reason for like what like it's like they have to find their true self. And Will, when he goes to try to look for the item that he needs or whatever, when he meets Pennywise again, Pennywise tries to scare him by showing Georgie to him again, and he's like, no, I'm not afraid, it's not my fault. He tells him, it's like, it's not my fault. He's like, my brother went to go play out in the rain. I didn't want to do it. I play with him all the time. The one day I didn't want to do it, he dies. It's fucked up, but it's not my fault that he's dead. And Pennywise is like, oh shit, this dude is not scared, kind of. And then Will gets away from that. But like each character, like in the first movie, they really, like with the kids, they went in depth with like all the characters except maybe one or two. But this movie, like, you feel for these characters. Like you would think, that you obviously know they're just different actors, but they act so good to play their counterparts with their older versions of their younger selves. I'm like, wow, this feels so good. Like, it feels natural for like, and I'm putting the shine on Richie, because Richie is like my favorite character because he's like the funniest one. But like, from even Eddie was hilarious too. But Eddie, like, all the characters act just like their younger selves. Like, from the actors gotta give them a pat on the back because it was so good. Like, it's so good. And then they explored more into each character. Like, it was not just them fighting the monsters. When they go try to find themselves, you see more of them. And you got to see, I don't even know, like, there's a scene where you got to see like whoa, hit the mic, that was crazy. there's like a scene where Beverly goes off and she like sees like this weird past of Pennywise, but I don't know if Pennywise was just fucking with her and then shit is not true. I don't know, because like it was like a past, like this guy owned like a circus or whatever, but it honestly could just be Pennywise fucking with her. I don't know, but yeah, it was just the movie was just, it felt fresh, it felt new, it felt different. I like that version of where horror is going. And that's why I love it. It has a great story. First of all, when I heard the movie was 2 hours and like almost 45 minutes, about to push 3 hours, I'm like, bro. The last time I saw a horror movie this long was probably The Shining, and any horror movie that's over like an hour and 30, it's like, all right, bro, come on, get to it. What's going on here? But this, from beginning to end, I sat there and I was like, wow, I'm not bored at all. I was interested from beginning to end. And then when I saw it again, like, because I had to see it twice so I can break it down, I was still like, wow, this is like, I'm not even bored knowing what's going to happen next. I'm still like, yeah, let it happen. Let it happen. I want to see it again. It was just so good from beginning. There's no boring, even like, all right, I don't want to like reference Avengers because they're two different movies, but Avengers Endgame, when they do the time heist, each of the characters split off into groups to go find an Infinity Stone. And like the Nebula and War Machine shit was boring when they went to go find a stone. Some characters, they had like a boring time heist when they went to go find the stone. So in here, when the kids split off to go find pieces for a ritual, you would think that one of them is going to have like something boring to do. No, Mike, Will, Eddie, Richie, Beverly, each version of themselves was just great. Like each of them can be soloed, and it was like just them by themselves was just awesome. Like if Richie was just only in the movie by himself, awesome. If Will was in the movie by himself, awesome. If Mike, awesome. Like they were each so great characters that they can hold their own. So together as a group made it even better. That's what made the movie even great, because you're like, oh shit, these motherfuckers are gonna win. They're probably gonna beat Pennywise. And I honestly thought, like, I'm gonna lie, I don't remember the original It in a long time, because I probably saw that movie last time I saw that movie was probably like 14 years ago, and I don't remember if it ends with all of them dying, half of them dying, maybe one or two living. But when I went to go see this, I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna go with like two of you dying, and I'm probably gonna say like James McAvoy, the guy who plays Will, you're gonna live, cause you're kind of like the main dude of the movie. Your brother was Georgie, like you're probably gonna live. Beverly, need the girl to be alive. She's probably gonna live too. But the fact that I saw the whole thing, and dang, I don't want to spoil the ending for people. But anyways, all right. So you fuck it. I don't give a shit. If you haven't seen the movie, it's been out for 2 weeks now. I'm gonna say what the fucking ending is, because I want to talk about it. So cover your ears. Come back in like 5 minutes, and if you still hear me, just record. Just skip to the end. Anyways. No, like they get the ritual part. Mike fucked up and lied, and he was like one part of the ritual, because he was showing them that millennia, almost like thousands of years ago, they performed the ritual to stop Pennywise. But what Mike didn't tell these motherfuckers is the person who did it, the group of people who did it, all got fucking slaughtered because because the ritual didn't work. So they almost all got slaughtered because of Mike's dumbass. And he's like, no. But the difference is they didn't believe, but we believe. It was so weird. Like, I think that if I have to like nitpick, because yeah, I didn't give it a perfect 10. I gave it an 8. So I have to explain like the flaws. If I have to nitpick certain things in the movie, Mike, the guy who brings them all here, the guy who played the black kid who was bullied when he was younger, the one whose family burned. He's probably the character in the movie that you're just like, bro, you're fucking annoying. Like you like, I get it, you want to kill this thing, but you need to like chill. Like just chill. Like like, bro, stop lying. Just tell me the truth. You want everybody to kill this dude. Tell me the truth. Don't leave out anything, especially for a ritual that you have never done or practiced. Do not leave out anything. Don't, especially the part where we might all fucking die. So like and then after like Pennywise, like they performed the ritual, it didn't work, but they didn't die. Pennywise tells them, oh, Mike, tell them why, because Pennywise knows why, because he can like get inside there, so he knows that Mike lied, and he knows Mike didn't tell him. So he's like, oh, tell the group, but what you should have told them. And he tells them, and Richie's like, are you fucking kidding me? You lied again? It was mad fun, and it's true. It's like, bro, why are you lying? But then it gets into, like, after that part, that's when the ending gets so good. Because you see, like, Pennywise, he's like through the cracks of, like, this rock thing. You see his face little by little. And you're like, what is he doing? And then he slowly, like, comes out the shadows. And he's this giant spider Pennywise, because like he's like a spider demon god or whatever, and like the original he's like a spider monster thing. So like they played on that of him being this spider monster thing, and that looked cool. And then he just chases them, like they're like in this cavern, and he's just like and he like chases all of them. And then it's so good, like for a horror movie, that movie had drama, it had action, and it brought the horror. It had the gore. It had the thriller. There's romance too. There's romance, and not who you think the romance is gonna be about. Because the trailers in the first movie not even hint. You see who the romance is. It's not even that. That's not even the star couple. My boy Ben. He can get it in. More spoilers, but who cares at this point, right? Anyways, they fight big spider Pennywise, and it's just, they obviously can't beat him because the guy's a fucking demon god monster thing. So Pennywise corners them at the Pennywise corners like 3 of them, and then Richie comes out of nowhere and like tries to do like distraction, and it doesn't work or whatever. The way they beat Pennywise is they in the cave, there was like a hole in the wall, and they go inside there, so it's like small. So he's too big to get in there. So their thing is, oh, if we get into smaller parts of the cave, he has to get small. He was there like, by the laws of physics, he has to still abide by the laws of physics. So if he wants to come after us, he's gonna have to shrink himself to our size, because he's a big ass spider. He can't come in here. So that plan obviously does not work, because Pennywise is not gonna just go. He just starts stretching his arms out and stuff to try to go over them. So then Mike realizes, because since Mike was bullied as a kid because of his race, he was bullied by Bowers. Oh my God, that dude Bowers is in the movie. That if I had a nitpick too, the psychotic kid who killed his sheriff dad, and then in this movie he's in an insane asylum, and then Pennywise helps him escape the insane asylum so he can just go around killing them and just killing random people. That was the most useless piece of shit ever, because his death was so anticlimactic. I'm like, this was garbage. What was he literally had no purpose, because he did nothing. He killed none of them. He did nothing. He was useless. All he just did was get himself fucking killed. When who kills him? I think Richie puts an axe in the back of his head because Bowers tried to kill Mike, and then he hits him with the axe in the back of his head. I'm just like, really? And I thought he was gonna do a jump scare where it's like, oh, you think he's dead when he comes up and scares you. Nope, he's just fucking dead. I'm like, this was useless. Why was he alive? Like, why even put him in the movie in the first place? He was just so That's the one thing. I thought Bowers being in the movie was just useless. He was basically the monkey wrench in their plan that did nothing. The monkey wrench that you throw inside like something where like in a car where somebody's trying to fix, and the wrench just hits the floor, nothing happened. Keep fixing it. Bro, he was so useless. Like when I first saw him, like, Bowers is gonna fuck up their whole ritual shit. They're gonna get to the ritual and Bowers just come out of nowhere and stab one of them. Nope. That's exactly what did not happen. He stabs one of them, but in the face. But it's like when you get stabbed in the cheek. That's all he did. He stabbed him in the cheek, but it's like, it's just a cut. I'll just put a bandage over it. Bowers was fucking useless in that whole movie, bro. So useless. I didn't even think he deserved to be in there. It was just dumb. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the Pennywise thing at the end. So they realize they can't make Pennywise small. So Mike brings it up because he was bullied and stuff. He goes, oh wait, there's more than one way to make someone feel small. What do? I shit you not. I know it sounds cheesy, but it was fucking great. They cut his ass for a minute long. I repeat, they cut his ass for a minute long. For those who not knowing what cutting ass is, they make fun of him. They call him ugly, a clown, you're useless, you're just a clown. And they make him feel bad about himself for a minute long. And what happens? Pennywise starts to shrink and shrivel and die. He gets mad deformed and mad like shrivelly. Like, I think his legs are the first thing that like break off while he's like crawling away from them, and they just go, "You're just a fucking clown. You're just a fucking clown." Like he tries to like reach out to stab them. Richie comes up, rips his arm off, and they just keep going, and it fucking worked. And then Mike sticks his hand in his fucking chest and rips him out like this is a fucking Indiana Jones movie. Kalima. They're just all together, like put their hand, and they put their hands together on his heart because he rips his heart out, and they squeeze his heart and rip it, and he dies. Allegedly, because I hope there's a part 3. That's why I'm saying allegedly. I'm not saying there's like a hint or anything, but I really wish there's a chapter 3 because this movie was awesome. But yeah, that's how Deke dies, and I'm like, wow. If somebody told me that's how they beat Pennywise by making fun of him, I would have been like, wow, that's just garbage. But I don't know, just seeing it happen and like, whoa, this is real. Holy shit. That's how they did it. It fucking worked. It was good. It was good. I was like, oh wow, I'm here for it. Keep going. Yeah, calling him a fucking clown. Keep doing it. Beat him. That oh my god, bro. Jesus Christ. The movie was good. Give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I'm copping the Blu-ray. When they come out with like the chapter 1 and chapter 2, get the Blu-ray tin can. I'm getting it. Also, which was a nice little fresh thing on it, Will, the character that James McAvoy plays, he's like a writer, right? And he keeps writing, I think like write movies or books or whatever, and the endings are shit. And there's like a cute scene where he sees a pawn shop. He sees his old bike in the pawn shop, and he goes to buy the bike. The owner of the pawn shop, the guy who works there, is Stephen King. I was hype as fuck when I saw that. Stephen King, the creator of It, the writer. And it was cool because Will is a writer. Stephen King also tells him, your book is shit. I think Stephen King doesn't like his own work. Michael, don't quote me. But yeah, I give the movie an 8 out of 10. Guaranteed. The Pennywise, the villain, amazing. Great horror villain. One of my now top 5 horror villains. My favorite will always be Jason Voorhees, but Pennywise is probably a close second or third. No, I don't have anybody else. Freddy's probably third for me, but yeah, close second. Yeah, Doctor Sleep by Stephen King is the next horror film that I'm interested to see. Yeah, another Stephen King book come to life. And The Shining came out 30 something years ago, maybe more, and we're getting a sequel now to Danny boy. The first teaser, I was impressed. I was like, I want to see more of that. Then the trailer, they released a trailer like a week and a half ago, I think, and that looked even more good. Like now, it almost looks kind of sci-fi-ish. It almost looks kind of sci-fi-ish because because The Shining is called The Shining because the ability that the little boy Danny had was called The Shining, where you can see like it. It's very weird to explain, but like everybody has this ability and they all know how to use it expertly in this movie. So yeah, that's my next horror film that I'm interested in. There's not a lot of horror films that are out there that even, and after that, the next horror film I want to see after that is The Conjuring 3 that I don't know when the fuck is coming out, supposedly in 2020. I don't know. But horror films have not been that big on me because they all seem kind of shit. Alright, I gotta go here though, guys. Next week on the podcast, we're gonna talk about do's and don'ts for dating. What do we expect on dates? Some social media stuff, relationship advice. I'm gonna have a guest on here, trying to look into who is it exactly, but I'm having a guest on here. We're gonna talk about it. You get the male and female perspective of all that information and further stuff, Halloween stuff, holiday stuff, October stuff. What are we doing for all that? All that shit next week. Bye. Motherfucking Destiny, man.